Ready to add a weight to your log press?
Today we're going to go over 3 accessory lifts that are going to help you out. A little bit different than what you might be used to, especially the last one.
Most of these you don't really see in your regular gym. However, we're going to show you how to do them today. So the first of the 3 accessories is the front squat with a twist. I do consider the front squat a great accessory exercise, not just for overhead lifts, but also for the deadlift. What we're going to go over today, though, is performing the front squat with a pause in the power position. In the previous video, we discussed the stance for the log press, right? So roughly shoulder width apart, feet angled out slightly. So what we're going to be incorporating with the front squat is what I refer to as the power position. Power position is basically where your knees are tracking where your toes go in this position here. So basically your knees are just even with the tip of your toes or just past the tip of the toes, like so, right? So when you're in this position here, you can do an extension for the push press or a jerk. You can use a safety squat bar. This is by far the most comfortable variation of the front squat that I've come across to date. Or you can use a straight bar. You can unrack the bar, you'll take a step back, put your feet in that pressing position, then fill up your torso with air, brace, and then dip down into that power position. And then what you want to do is you want to hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Go light at first. You do not want to go heavy at first. You want to be very deliberate. Nice controlled descent, nice solid pause, solid ascent, and then a rack. You can do this at the end of your front squat session, or you could even do it with your log pressing to where when you're doing a log press, you can bring it up, get in that racked position, and then dip, pause and hold, and then push up for the press. Bring it back down, dip, pause, press up. Now don't do that at a contest. Don't pause at the contest. This is strictly for training. What you're trying to do is you're trying to strengthen up that power position. If you have a stronger power position, you'll have a stronger press. So the next accessory is the shoulder lockout. You can use a Swiss bar like this, a barbell, an axle, or a log. Most people, not everybody, but most people, they get stuck when they're pressing the log overhead, roughly about head height. This is the angle that they get stuck on. If you transfer it over, like say to the bench press, that's roughly where people get stuck at the bench. The reason being, here from your chest to your sticking point is predominantly shoulder and upper chest. From here, the lockout out overhead, it's predominantly tricep. They're all working, but the load gets changed up somewhere. Same thing for the bench, right? So from here to here, it's chest, shoulder, lats, and then from here to here, it's mostly tricep. You want the setup roughly where you get stuck. Do it below your sticking point, at your sticking point, and just above your sticking point. We kind of rotate those out throughout the programs. So Robin's going to demonstrate how we're going to do this. So just like in the previous video, you want to grab dead center in the handles, right? On the Swiss bar, you want to use the outside handles. You want to be somewhat underneath the bar. Now, as you can see, for her, this is roughly where her sticking point is for the log press. From here, what you want to do is you want to big intake of air. You want to have like that neutral spine in there. You want to tighten up the whole body and then lean back slightly and then apply the pressure, lock it out, hold briefly, and then when you're lowering it down, you don't want to come crashing down into safeties with a nice controlled negative. If we're doing sets of 3, what I would like to do is bring it down to the sets of pins, relax a little bit, big air, get tight, press it again, pause briefly, bring it down under control, relax, big air, press overhead. So the rep range that you should concentrate on this, singles, doubles, triples. Triples are my favorite rep range for this. You go all the way up to 10 reps. What you don't want to do is just solely concentrate on partial lifts like this for the triceps. This would be like your first tricep exercise. Then you want a full range tricep exercise. An example would be like, say, a tricep press down where you got the full range of motion. You never really want to concentrate just on partials. Our third accessory, you may not even consider it for overhead work, but it's the standing calf raise. This exercise has helped me out tremendously in the past. I've incorporated it with others. It's helped them out. So if you think about it, when you're doing the push press or power jerk or even split jerk, when you're in that power position and you do that extension up, if you're not extending up on your toes, you're leaving a lot of weight off of the bar or the log. If you can learn not to be so flat-footed, but actually do an extension, you can get a lot more power. Standing calf raise, in my opinion, is one of the best exercises to help out with that. Don't even bother with the seated calf raise. That is like the tricep kickback exercise of the calf world. Throw it away. Don't even consider the seated version. It doesn't do anything for you. Standing calf raise is the way to go. First thing you want to do is you want to position your foot on the step where it's roughly mid-foot, or maybe it's more on the ball of your foot. So what you want to do is you want to get kind of squared up, have your feet halfway on the step, get in position, get a full stretch, do a full extension. Full stretch, full extension. Try not to do partial reps with this. You want to get a full range of motion. This helps tremendously in the truck pull, along with farmers and yoke. I've had people not want to do the calf raise because, oh, it hurts. Oh, it's painful. I don't like it. Really? This is one of those exercises that really, it's from the base on up. It will help you tremendously with the overhead work. Some honorable mentions for accessories would be like hammer curls, for the clean. I prefer the 2-inch thick handles. You can do them simultaneously or alternate like that. You can do bent over rows. Incline presses help with the log as well. Those are probably the 3 other main ones that most people would probably know about.
I hope you found those helpful. We're going to do a whole bunch more videos, so go ahead, like, subscribe, drop it in the comments which one was your favorite, if you got other accessories you like, or if you have other questions. You can also find us on our website, onewaystrength.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram.
Hopefully you can edit that. Yeah, I don't know if I ever heard of those or not.
We're going to pretend like that didn't happen.
Got a lot of outtakes.
No.